on my daughter's birthday, and I was on my way to work, and my mom called me up and told me that my fiance had passed away, and I was just in complete disbelief at the time.
Patricia Murphy came to me after being represented by another lawyer, and she could tell that he wasn't really understanding the unique ways in which this loss affected her and her family. This case arises from her daughter's father's death when he was working as a laborer, a roofer, on a roof on a local business. He was not provided with adequate safety devices despite the fact that he was over 30 feet above a concrete floor. And he fell through a roof and hit the concrete below, and he bled out in front of the workers before they could even get to him.
He was somewhat cognitive when he fell through, because when he first fell through, they called down to him and they could hear him moaning and yelling.
One thing I learned about him through the process was he lived for his daughter, Ariana. Everything he did was for her. We were able to uncover all the birthday cards he gave her. We learned about how he would look forward to seeing her after work every day. When he passed on the day that they went through his possessions, they found a teddy bear for her in his backpack. Now his daughter is my daughter's age, and she was 5 when he passed, which was on her birthday. It was one of the most saddest cases I have ever worked on.
Yeah, when I told my daughter, I couldn't tell her on her birthday, so I waited till the day after. And I sat her down, and I said, I'm sorry your dad's not coming home. She said, why? Is he stuck at work? And I said, no, he died. And she just looked at me, she said, Mommy, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
And Patricia should be so proud of what she did through the case. She helped the case tremendously. She was a tremendous advocate for her daughter. She was able to give life to someone who passed away. And I think it's through her strength that we were able to tell the story that needed to be told.
It was just complete hell. It was just complete hell. You know, him and my daughter were very, very close. So, you know, she had lost her father. I had lost my best friend. I didn't know what to do. You know, I didn't know what to do.
Well, the roughest moment for me was getting into the actual science of his death and learning about how he had probably moments when he struggled alone with nobody there and unable to speak, to even say at that time when he probably knew that he was not going to make it and ever see her again, just that to have the strength to say one last time, tell my daughter I love her, tell her I'll be with her, something. But to me, one of the most tragic parts of the case was he never had the ability to just mouth those words and say goodbye.
Okay, that they're not just fighting for the case, that they would be fighting for the person. That when you walk in, you don't just become a case number, you're adopted in as part of a legal family. You really genuinely feel like not just your case is being fought for, but you as a person and your rights that probably have been trampled on at this point, that they're being fought for. She's doing very good now. She is much improved. She's on high honor roll. She loves to draw. She has a positive outlook on life. She talks to her dad like he's a friend now.
In investigating him and learning more about him through interviews with his friends, his co-workers, you learned that it was very important for him in his life to provide the strength to his daughter that she would need to grow up to be an independent woman. He made sure he spent time with her. He made sure he talked about life lessons, about standing up to bullies. That was one thing that she confronted in her life, and he was there for her when they went through that together. And I know that for him, the saddest thing would have been not being there for her in those times when she needed him the most.
You know, I think finding a lawyer is like finding a relationship almost. You could trust your gut and hope it's the right person, or you could set your emotions and feelings aside and look at the facts, and the facts are that Greg's the best.
Sobo and Sobo with you, winning together.